All right. Sarah and Angie Keller Brown. You guys, is the music too loud, or is it just kind of back there in the background? What am I hearing? All right. Wait a minute. Sarah and Angie Keller Brown. Oh, sorry. One second. Just hearing my own show. Turn down the music a little. All right. So, as I said, my plan is not really to be too chatty, although I'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing from time to time. And you guys are just welcome to hang out and just watch. So far, I just see Sarah and Angie. Music's okay, but I sound kind of rattly. Yeah, hopefully that will settle down now that I'm sitting still. So the music that we're listening to in the background, just FYI, is from my Droneville 2 ambient music podcast. This is all me. I did that so that I wouldn't have to worry about freaking, copyright things. So what I'm going to do eventually is just, I've been wanting to do this for a while and just kind of go live and just get lost in the creative process and try not to be too, like I got to tend to your every need and just really just do this. So I'm hoping the combination of the music and then just me getting lost in it. And I'm going to look over here and check your comments from time to time. So this, I like to think of this as just like, these are big globs of modeling clay, right? So I can just squeeze them and create clay of different sizes, change the sizes, of course, change the color, And we've got different shapes. We have the sphere. We also have cubes like this. We can draw, kind of planks like that, boxes. We've got, I'm just showing you these because I might use them at some point. Stuff like this. And I can move this around. Like I'm seated right now. I'm just sitting down right now. I'm not even standing. I'll stand later. And cones, that kind of shape. And a paintbrush so that I could basically take whatever and, paint it. So those are, I guess, the basic tools that I'll be working with. And also I can take any one of these tools and inverse it basically, and now I can dig out. Okay, so like if I wanted to dig like a tunnel into something, do it like that. And then there's also this little smooth tool here that takes these rough edges and smooths them out. And you're going to see me using that over and over and over again. Hey, Caroline. All right, so anyway, I'm going to basically start a whole new scene here. And just start. The first thing I like to do is take out this floor grid. It just gets in my way because you see the big cube. That's what we have in terms of space. And I'm just going to be taking up just a little tiny bit of it. So I just have a general idea of something I might want to do, but I might change it almost immediately. This is where whatever I draw looks like emoji poo, so we're going to have to get used to that and try and be adults here. Actually, I want to go much taller with these. It's actually an opportunity to show something else, because I think I'm going to take a different approach to these trees. I can create something called layers, and I can basically create on a layer independently of this one. So I can create a tree. See, if I unlock it, then I can move it around independently of everything else. I'll see what I'm doing shortly. Hi, Get To. Making you feel sleepy. Yeah. Hey, Denise and Karen. Nice to have you. Yeah, it's very peaceful for me as well. This allows me to basically copy that. So now I'm just going to set this over here. Go back to the layers, unlock this. Oh, now I'm probably making you feel not so much sleepy, but seasick. You might think that's pretty lazy, Bob. But the idea is then to go back and modify them slightly so they're not all completely identical. It's just sort of a time saver. And just to show you, hold on a second here. Go into explore mode for a second. So this is adjusting the human scale. So this is how big things would look if they were pretty much like the real world. So this avatar represents me here. So pretty big trees. And when you get down to this level, you can see that the duplication process makes it kind of rough around the edges. So I would go back and smooth these out and so, you know, it takes time, love and care. And you can choose to, you know, not smooth it either if you like that look. There's something I like about the smooth look. Then what I like to do is like just randomly you can just hide little things like that all over the place. I totally made an insect. Oh, look at that. We got an emoji from Gatu. Oh, on the avatar. Yes. Yeah, I tried to make it look as much like me as possible. So I wanted to... I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this yet. Stop with that. Oh. Got to be on the right layer. Whoa. Hey. Well, that's just still too much. There we go. Let's so this music's going to get a little weird. So just be prepared. Remember, we're going for whimsy here, not architectural perfection. We could even... So now if we draw another little dude. Some of this stuff can be placeholders for coming back to later, which this definitely is. This color here emits. This is called SculptrVR, Dina. Hey, Dawn. Watching on mute because you're teaching. Yes, and I'm screaming so loudly, too. Okay. One of the things you can do is change the position of the sun, if I can find it. There it is. Let me move it just briefly. It actually makes its own music when you move it. Oh, there's that tree from that other layer just sitting there in space. So if I take the sun down, you can see that light... Oh, well, okay. I made a liar out of me this time. When I did this earlier, I had a yellow light, and it actually seemed to emit yellow light on the thing, but, oh well, it's still pretty cool. I wish they would let that music play the whole time, because then I wouldn't even need to play my own music. But as soon as you stop moving the sun, it stops doing the music. So, I'm going to a few clouds in the sky. Obviously, I've studied a lot of meteorology and know exactly how clouds look. So something else I'm going to do on another layer here is I can show you the mirror mode. When you turn on the mirror mode, whatever you do on one side is reflected on the other. So this is good for drawing like creatures or whatnot. Do something silly with the teeth. Sure. Why not? We're being whimsical. Hey, that's me. Hey, what's going on? Oh. Oh, you can barely hear the music? Okay, it's a lot louder in my ear. Somehow, I don't think that creature could actually survive with that amount of mass, and we haven't even drawn the rest of it, and we may not, with those tiny teeth. I think we have a biological impossibility here. But hey, so what? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Nope. Here's a twist. Why not? Hey. Those just look like worms, but maybe they should be, right? We put little eyes on the end of each of them. And mouth with fangs, right? So each eyelash is deadlier than the whole beast. Now, if I actually took the time to do that on every eyelash, that would be pretty monotonous, wouldn't it? How long have I been using this particular program? I don't know, a few months or so. It makes you realize how hard, how talented sculptors really are to be able to see in 3D space and figure this stuff out. I mean, you know, I can hit and miss my way to creatures and stuff, but ask me to do something that really looked like something, I'd be like, hey, look, over there, it's a puppy. I think I have to do at least one more, just out of principle. But I love the scale, you know, just how massive you can make this thing, and how, I mean, seriously, we're playing with an eyelash here. Check with bad mascara. Yeah, I always one in art school. But see, now I almost want to do it. I mean, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. I wouldn't do these, although these are the ones that inspired me. And see, I'm taking care of them on both sides when I do it. The other thing, I'm going to figure out my scale real quick. So this is human scale right about here. So this is what it would look like if I was human size. Let me go over here and peek. Oh, there's the world over there. I'm actually going to move this whole thing once I get, well, I'm not done with it. I may just go ahead and move it. All right, let's go. Maybe, oops. Trying to find the right. Well, that was certainly not what I meant to do. You have to just play with color and see, does this work? And when you decide it does not, you just do it anyway. See, look, it's a whole secret compartment up in here. We could write see, and we'll all know it's tucked up in the chin of this thing. A hidden treasure, right? Hi, Angie. Play with this tool, this bulge deflate tool. I haven't ever really used that much, and so I want to see, because I didn't like the way it was working when I first played with it. I still can't really tell what it's doing, but I'm trying to add some texture to this. I think it's doing what I want. But it's total luck that it's doing it. It's trying to make the nose a little more interesting. But I don't know how you... Well, oh, okay. See, look, we're learning together. What happened if I... Oh, see, look what's happened. This is a hack. Sure. This may not be a good idea. And that kind of... I feel like still trying to figure out exactly what this is doing and how it's doing it. But it's definitely helping make this more interesting, right? That's probably how I can... Just trying to hoping that it could help me pinch these into a point better. Well, did you get your answer, Dawn? Do you know what it is? Because I sure don't. Except biologically unsound. All right. Well, for now, we'll just here. Let's see. This layer here. And turn off the mirror. Oh. All right. Hang on a second. I gotta. I'm trying to remember what I need to do. There we go. I basically want it looking over. So the one thing would be really nice in this program is if I could label the layers and say, okay, like monster, right? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. No, I think this is what I want. Yeah. And turn this off. Just from a pure scene point of view, if I was... Yeah, no, I want it. And now let's move that sun around a little bit if I can find it. That's the problem, is I don't know where the sun is. And it might be behind you. Oh, there it is. That's kind of cool, right? Fun. I'm relaxing myself now. All right. You. Whoops, wrong one. Why am I confused? I don't want that on anything. I just want to be able to move this tree. Not that one. I thought this was the tree. All right, I'm confused. Oh, I haven't. Oh, it's all the trees. So, I just get rid of this one. Ta-da, problem solved. Oops. Well, I gotta be more careful. All right, so how about... I need that brown color. This will be a little tedious. Well, sure, let's go with that. Bad music note choice there. That part always drives me crazy when I listen to this recording. Hey, look, nobody judge me on my physics. That will have to go into something a little bit more permanent. Yeah, and that the Gatu, I agree with you. Well, you know, Sarah, maybe you should let go of your prejudgments about this creature just because it looks a certain way. Perhaps it is the source of all meditative power. I mean, look deeply into its eyes. You see love and gentleness there. There's no blood on those fangs. Right? All I see, look at that, in the sun right above. Hang on. You know, I look at this and you know what I think of? The dragon in Shrek. And who doesn't love her? Okay, that looks a little scary. We'll just bring the sun back up. Now you can see the ridges. Wow. Okay, the worms. You're right. I kind of forgot about the worms. Let's take a look at them again. Hello, worm. You could use some smoothing out. Just around the edges of your lips. Oops, they're on a different layer. They're not that layer either. Uh-oh. All right, well, let me show you what I did. So this program was originally voxel-based, and voxels are basically all these little squares. So before it had that smooth feature, everything that you built looked like this, which was still really cool. But I accidentally clicked this icon on that layer, or this layer here. Boy, and it looks like another layer too. And it made everything go into this voxel mode. I can put it back into smooth, but I'll probably lose some of the detail. I'm sorry, right here. This is what this is. First it goes into that one, which is more like it's just another type of shape. But then we go back into smooth. It's there for the most part. Yeah, I don't think we did any real damage. But boy, we got to be careful, boys and girls. All right, I think she got moved a little bit. Why am I? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. We were working on something completely different, and I should have started another layer for it. Let's get this off. Whoops. Am I on there? Which layer? Okay, boy. Got a little confused. Easy to do. But what's great is, again, I've just been sitting in this chair the whole time. I've not had to stand up or move around or anything. I don't know if I'd want to walk across this bridge, but you know, in Whimsyville it works just fine. They have very different safety standards here. That makes it look secure, right? Nice chrome. I'll fix it right up. Right, see, now this all makes sense. Now I'd feel totally safe. I'm sure you would too. This, I need smoothing. But actually over here, I was going to do something different. That probably sounded really loud, that breath. Whoa. right? Because why wouldn't it have snow? And we gotta make that a little bit more realistic. Have little piles of it. Whoa, big pile of it. Sarah, I don't even want to hear it. It's like to pick and choose where I'm going to add like unnecessary detail, like this random spot on a mountain. You know, the thing is, if I did this over days, right, I could just say, okay, I'm going to work on this spot today, this one little place that in the scope of this world is a, you know, is a postage stamp. But I'm going to work just on that, like create like a little campfire area. He used to have some particles. I say he because it's a guy who created this, but he used to have these little sparkly particles. Like these used to be animated, and I don't think they're animated anymore. And that was always cool for like rain effects and stuff like that, because you would make the clouds and then get, you know, this color and just have that falling down, and they would twinkle, but it's not quite the same when they don't. Oh boy, that mountain needs substance in there. I didn't realize how empty it was. Okay, didn't mean to do that exactly. Oh my God, is he going to draw rocks all up and down that path? I don't have that kind of time. He said I was going to be this way. He said he was going to take a long time. We knew what we were doing when we signed up for this. I didn't sign up. Did you sign up? Yeah, I had to go fill out a form. A form? Yeah, it cost me $80 to get in here. What? $80? I got in for free. What? I mean, you can just watch this. Sorry. When you're in these programs or using them, do you tend to lose track of time? Oh, my God. Can you imagine just doing this, right? It's very meditative. I won't do all these rocks right now, but you get the idea. And I can revisit this later. Maybe every now and then I'll go live, and if I decide to keep working on this one, right, and like build it out into the whole cube over time, then you can check in and see what I've done in a week or whatever. So I'll tell you what, that's, we've got the makings of a couple of different worlds, and they could go off in different directions and so on and so forth, etc., etc. You get the idea. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you for this I am going to stand up, because I'm going to move around a bit. So I already showed you when we get into explore mode how you can, whoops, don't screw up on me now. All right. I seem to be kind of lost a little bit. There we go. So now I'm in hang glider mode. And this allows me to literally fly around. And I'm not sure if you can hear like the wind sounds and all that stuff, but they've got that going. And I can slow it down. Land in here. Right now, the comments, where I'm looking at your comments, it's right in my way. Can't really see what I'm doing. So you can see that the creatures that live here are much bigger than human scale. This was supposed to be just a rock by the path, and what scale am I right now? Well, okay, so this is human scale. Well, no problem. I'm not scared at all. Let's see if I can get up there. I think I can. Well, I know I can this way. Just make myself huge. Come back down on his head. So now I'm looking at this from the... I guess that's where I started this thing, isn't it? I'm going to do it again. This to me is... It's so simple. It's such a simple feature. But the whole hang gliding paradigm just makes it super cool. Woo! Good thing I got my snow boots on. Ready for the jump? Here we go. Something slowed me down there. I love the cinematic fly-throughs. So we're about the same size as that dude. Why do I sit down beside or in your lap? Easier. Like he's like a ventriloquist, and this is the dummy. So, Sparky, yeah? How do you like it out here? Oh, I'm looking around, and I can't seem to find my legs or stay in your lap or anything, so I might have to say I don't like it. That act, by the way, did not last. One last fly around, and then I'm going to stop. Uh-oh. Oh. I think I can recover. Yeah. Okay. Great place to end, and the music stopped and everything, although it's about to start again. I can't. Oh, what an unfortunate place for the end music to land. Well, I'm just going to chalk that up to the VR day I've been having. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go unceremoniously walk over here and turn this off, and it's not going to look pretty. But I appreciate you hanging out with me.